Okay, does that mean it's on or is it off? Oh, that's probably on, so it was off. Okay. Okay, this is the story about Itty Bitty. And we found her in the backyard. I have 3 robin's nests out there, and the mama kicked out 3 babies and they died, and this one was the last one, which was kind of hanging off the nest, and I picked her up and put her back in the nest, and the mama came back and laid on her for about 10 minutes and then threw her out of the nest. I went over and she was still alive, so I picked her up and brought her in the house. We made a box with part of the nest in it and then put her in a washcloth. I then did a ton of research online, and most of the research said that when they're that tiny, they really do need their moms, but you can feed them with eyedroppers. This is Itty Bitty right here. She'll probably poke her head up as soon as I lift the towel up. She's right there. That's a little Itty Bitty. She just ate. She just had her mouth open and she just ate, so she's probably not going to do it again. But anyway, the research I did online said to chop up worms. Make sure you leave some of the dirt in there because that's where they get a lot of the vitamins. Also, boiled eggs, chop them up. You just give them very little. Their stomachs can't handle that much, but they need to be fed every 20 minutes until their eyes open. And then when their eyes open, then you can go to every hour, and then every 2 hours after about 2 weeks. She's very, very tiny, as you can see, has hardly any feathers, but she is growing some. They breathe very hard. I put a light in there in the box. You have to make sure that it's not too hot for them, but you either have to do that or you have to do a heating pad, and you have to make sure that it's not over 97 degrees. You might want to do some research on that too. The lady that I'm taking her to now, because I did find a lady that rescues robin babies. I was going to do this myself, but I don't feel comfortable because I have a cat and she does bring in birds, and I do not want that to happen to Itty Bitty. So the lady's going to take possession of her and raise her for me, and then probably let her go when the time is right. When you do get the stuff for the baby bird, it has to be, if you don't have worms right away, what you're supposed to have is Purina kitten chow, and you have to soak it completely so it's soggy. And then you put in some stuff called KT, hand feeding baby birds. You get it at PetSmart. And then also Pedialyte for children. It has to be clear. You mix up the hand baby feeding jar stuff into the food. You'll read the directions on that. And then the Pedialyte, you give 1 little tiny droplet the first feeding, 1 little tiny droplet the last feeding. They eat from dawn till dusk, and then they don't feed till morning, but I still fed her every couple hours during the night. You also might know that every time they feed, they poop, and that's very, very normal. They're supposed to, and it's fairly big. It should be a fairly big white ball that comes out. So you just take a napkin, clean that out, so you keep their towel clean, and change the towel, if it gets too messy. Anyway, there she is again, her last feeding before I take her up to the people that are going to save her for me. If you have any other questions, you can sure YouTube me and ask questions. I don't think I probably told you everything I learned, I did get online and look up how to feed baby robins and taking care of. And there's a robin site on there. And then call around your local humane societies, bird places, see if there's anybody that rescues birds, because they really know what they're doing. Thanks so much for listening to this video, because I had to really look a lot of different places to find out different things on what to feed them, and it was kind of hard. So once again, I can answer probably more questions if you YouTube me. Thanks so much. Today is June the 11th or 12th, and we hope you have a good day.